Is this is it too close? I got my Allstate voice on right now because I just woke up from a little rest. A little rejuvenation. Allstate. I'm pretty sure I can't even say that, like legally. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have clicked on this video, you are here for a review of Spider-Man Brand New Day. So welcome. Off the bat, because we are about to yap bars. If you have not seen Spider-Man Brand New Day, this video will have heavy spoilers. So go watch the movie and then come back. Go book a ticket right now. Don't walk away from it. I'm gonna give y'all 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spider-Man dies. What? Ladies and gentlemen, if you have watched my Avengers Doomsday trailer, reaction, video, review, whatever you want to call it, you know that I have seen Spider-Man Brand New Day 2 times in theaters. Nani? If you know me, or if you've seen anything on the World Shakers podcast, shout out, go check out those episodes. You know that I am one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Spider-Man fan. I'm gonna keep that right there just to remind y'all. Spider-Man Brand New Day is a lot of things in the best way possible. Even he knows it. Before we even get into talking about everything that this movie has to offer, I need to let y'all know something first. If you're a Spider-Man fan, or if you're into comic book movies and you follow online discourse, you know that for the past, I don't even know, like it's 5 years? Whenever No Way Home came out, a debate started, even before the movie came out, a debate started on who was the best Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. Who's the best Spider-Man? And I could never participate in that conversation. And I'll tell you why. I grew up on Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, just like a lot of other people. I also enjoyed Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. So it was very hard for me to pick one because I liked different things about the way each actor played the character. When it came to Tom Holland, it was weird. I was never able to come to a conclusion regarding Tom Holland. When he was announced in Civil War, he lands on the car, takes the shield, under Ruse. Hey everyone, like, he knows it's fire, I'm trying to tell you. It's right there. Just grab it. Tom Holland came at such a high point in the MCU. Tom Holland got introduced, we were already so used to seeing multiple heroes share the screen, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Well, say something. I was never able to formally make an opinion. When it came to Tobey Maguire, aside from the nostalgia factor of growing up with his movies, I loved his Spider-Man. I really did. And then you have Andrew Spider-Man, who was cooler, even though he was supposed to be, you know, kind of an outcast socially and a nerd, whatever. And some people liked that, some people didn't. For me, my issue with Andrew's movies particularly came with the writing. Tom Holland, I've never been able to put in a bracket. And in the past, when people would ask me that question, I would say, oh, you know what? I think Tom Holland is the best of both. I would say that to get out of the conversation because I truly did not have a very solid opinion. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't even know if y'all can see it. He has the zoomies so bad right now. I know y'all can probably hear him. He is, he's, this is good for me though, because that means he'll sleep tonight. The point I'm trying to make is I was never able to put Tom Holland in the category. Boom. Took way too long to say that. There's too much happening. After No Way Home, and people switch up on that movie, loves just nostalgia. Like the fact that we got to see the 3 Spider-Men that we've all come to know and love on the same screen. Amazing. I still don't know how they pulled that off. With the ending of No Way Home, it left such an open-ended question. And Brand New Day answered it to perfection. Spider-Man has been in the MCU for a minute now. It has been 10 years since his debut. It was about time. we got this type of movie. At this point, we had seen Spider-Man in space. We had seen him fight the Avengers. We had seen him outside of New York. The first one, like Homecoming, was in New York, but it barely felt like it was in New York because like one of the biggest scenes is happening in Washington, D.C. But whatever. This movie needed to be grounded. I felt like we were due that. You know what I'm saying? When they announced that they were filming and they released that teaser of, you know, Tom Holland showing off the suit, I said to myself, this might be different. You could tell from the suit alone. I don't know what it was, but something from that just gave me the vibe that this movie was going to be different. And boy, was I right. Not even a week after that, set videos and photos of them filming in Glasgow, I think it was, Glasgow, of them doing the swing practically. I said, yo, they understand. But the biggest thing that got me was Destin Daniel Cretton. I hope I said his last name right. I'm messing up names today. If you don't know, he directed Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. Again, another very underrated Marvel movie, and it needs a sequel expeditiously. Kevin Feige, wake up. We seen what happened with Blade. We literally seen what happened. Everything about this movie felt different from the jump. Are y'all there with me? Can y'all say the same? And each time a new set photo was released or a video, I got more and more excited because shortly after, then the cast got announced. Of course, Tom Holland, the CEO, and if you want to know the CEO, and if you want to know if you want to know what he is the CEO of, go ahead and do your research. Zendaya was obviously returning, but then it started to get a little funny. John Bernthal got confirmed. The Punisher? Frank Castle? What? And then they didn't stop there. They didn't stop there. Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk? What was?
Votre vélo, monsieur?
Oh, qu'est-ce qu'ils m'ont fait? Et pourtant, je l'ai bien sécurisé avec le cas.
It got to a point where I'm like, yo, what are they doing? But I said, yo, keep stirring the pot. I'm ready. I'm curious. Like, what are we doing? You gotta remember, at the same time, I think he had just finished The Odyssey. Everything was going too smooth, so I got scared for a second. I was like, this might be too good to be true. Then the pot started to boil. Sadie Sink was confirmed for an unknown character, and the internet went wild. There were some people that did guess Jean, and I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, she's not playing Jean, bro. There's no way. But I was curious. Fast forward to when production ended. Filming had been wrapped. Everybody and their grandmother was online pleading for Sony to release the trailer. Things were leaked. Again, Sony, change your password, bro. It's always you. You would think that after the whole interview situation in 2015 or whenever that whole thing happened, if you haven't seen the interview, you know, it's about James Franco and Seth Rogen. Their characters go to North Korea to interview Kim Jong-un. It's a crazy movie. After that whole thing happened, right, you would think that Sony would have changed their password. Whoever is the knucklehead over there still working off of Windows 95, bro, you are fumbling the bag, bro. You're dropping the church's money. I digress. Things were being leaked. I had only seen one thing that was leaked, and I think it was that shot of Punisher and Spider-Man kind of arguing, going back and forth. But that was the only thing I saw. From that moment on, I kind of really avoided everything Spider-Man related. Fast forward to the opening weekend of the movie, and I am overseas. But do you think that stopped me from seeing it?
No.
And did I enjoy it as much overseas, if not more, than I would have if I seen it home?
You bet your sweet Bippy I did.
Okay then. It was amazing. I was in Trinidad and Tobago, and we were able to see it. What an experience. It was so, yo, shout out to Nasareno. Again, go check out World Shakers. He was there with me. He wore a Spider-Man suit. I literally forgot mine. You can ask him. The moment that we left and we were on our way to the airport, I was sitting there really processing like, yo, I forgot this. Yo, I forgot this. Yo, like it was crazy. It was a whole thing, bro. Like it was just annoying. And then I realized that I forgot my Spider-Man suit. I was like, bro, I fumbled. I folded. I'm so sorry. On behalf of myself, I really just want to apologize to the whole community because I really messed this one up. But like it was such an amazing experience watching it overseas. They, you know, he was wearing his suit. He got up at the end. Some people in the back, hey, yo, Spider-Man. Like it was crazy. Bro, this is off the rails already. The movie, it's just, one of the things I said in my Avengers Doomsday video is that Spider-Man really felt like a comic book. And we don't get that a lot these days, and I'll tell you what I mean. Comic book movies are meant to replicate the feeling that you get when you read through a new issue of comic book. Sometimes you still have to do it made me feel as if I had went to the store, picked up the newest issue of Spider-Man and read it and loved it. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed this movie. Not only did it look different than the previous 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, it felt different. This was the most Spider-Man Tom Holland has ever felt to me. One of the reasons why Spider-Man is such a beloved character is because he's relatable. People love Batman, people love Superman, and when people, talk about the biggest superhero, Spider-Man is always in the conversation. Superman, he's an alien who is here to protect us. Batman is a billionaire. Yes, his parents were murdered, but like, billionaire, you know what I'm saying? That's horrible. Spider-Man presents something different. He's a young kid, man. But he realizes that these powers that have been given to him are bigger than himself. Yeah, he might be poor. Yeah, he might be depressed. You can relate to Spider-Man. Anyone can wear the mask. I'll give you a like in the comments if you can tell me what movie that's from. But I really I enjoyed this movie so much. It felt so grounded. They acknowledged the other stuff. They made mention of, the previous movie when, he met the other 2 Spider-Men. You get that kind of connection that, the Avengers are still here, whatever. And Yelena's in the movie. I love Florence Pugh, yeah. She's amazing as Yelena. And she's finally referred to as Black Widow, which is cool. I really did enjoy the Punisher and Spider-Man's relationship in this movie. It tells you everything you need to know without spoon feeding it to you. I loved it. Because at first I was like, are they meeting for the first time in this movie? Then when I saw that leak, I was like, oh no, so they know each other. This is not new. John Bernthal, I can say it until I'm blue in the face. John Bernthal is the Punisher. All right, he just is. And this movie, it just gave him even more of a chance to just be that. You know what I'm saying? I loved this movie. And we haven't even talked about the Hulk yet. We will in a second. But the scene where Peter brings MJ back to Punisher's hideout because he wants to protect her. That whole little argument they had was just perfect. Like it continued to tell you everything without spoon feeding it to you. Marvel has finally understood, and I'm picking up on this because with Fantastic Four, they did the same thing and they did it again in Spider-Man. They understand that we have done this. We've been about this. We understand how this all works. We know the origin stories. We know that all these characters exist in the same area. We don't need an origin every single time. I honestly love the choice that they already had a relationship that formed off screen and we get to hear about it. Because here's the funny thing, like a lot of people online are like, oh, is Staten Island the new Budapest? Like that's fire. Budapest was such an ambiguous thing. Like, yo, I want to know what happened in Budapest. It's just so great to make that comparison. Like it tells you everything you need to know. But let's go back to Tom Holland for a second. He killed it. He absolutely killed it. I heard that, obviously, like I said, he had just finished the Odyssey beforehand. And working with Christopher Nolan, I can only imagine how that would just shift your mind as a lead actor in such a big franchise. He was taking notes on the set of the Odyssey, like, to bring that same essence to Spider-Man. That tells me a lot. This wasn't just a Spider-Man movie. This was a film. It looked amazing. It was so engaging. The acting was, I can't say amazing no more, bro. I can't. I can't. I'm gonna run out of, did I not turn on the good vibe sign? That's why I'm stuttering so much. Hold on. I'm just sitting here stuttering up as the like good vibe sign not even on. I saw it twice and I enjoyed it even more the second time. Because the first time you're in like so much like, holy crap, what am I watching right now? Like this is crazy. That you're not able to really like focus on everything. The second time I was able to really like break everything down. And that's why I'm happy I'm making this video now as opposed to after I had seen it just for the one time because I love this movie. Let's start with the story. The story really just, like I said, it was such an open-ended question after the events of No Way Home. Obviously, Peter had to get Doctor Strange to cast a spell where everybody forgets him in order to stop the incursion, I think it was called, right? Everybody forgets him. Aunt May got bodied. He is literally on his own. I hate to say it, people. That's Spider-Man. Like, that joke was crazy. It's so funny because you would see people online like, yo, Spider-Man's gonna be broken depressed in this movie? Let's go! But it really just adds that essence of like, with great power comes great responsibility. They say, oh, anybody can wear the mask. I know there's a lot of y'all that will put on the mask and the first thing y'all doing is robbing a bank because who's gonna stop you? Hold on, the puppy's too quiet. I just need to make sure he's not doing something he's not supposed to. Uh-huh, what are you doing up here? You want so much attention? Here you go. Did you knock him out? So here's Peter. His aunt is gone. His friends have no idea who he is. He is burying himself into being Spider-Man. We get this awesome exposition. Between Peter and Officer the Wolf. It really tells you that, yo, he's literally just doing Spider-Man junk. And honestly, this movie's message was it was just great because how many times have you been going through something in life and the only thing you can do to really like kind of distract yourself from the fact of what's happening in reality is bury yourself in work or anything else? That's truth. I almost stood up like, preach. You know what? I think this is just a good time to tell y'all. I'm Spider-Man. Are you laughing? We spend the first part of the movie really diving into what Peter's been up to, what things have been transpiring over the past few years since we've seen him. We've also found out that it has been 4 years. And Ned and MJ have finished at MIT, and Peter's been watching them the whole time through Ned's vlogs that he's posting on Instagram or whatever. He's not making any connections with anybody. There's a scene where, you know, he's getting off the elevator to go to his apartment, and some girl's trying to holler at him like, yo, we live on the same floor. He's like, oh, cool. And she's standing there like, he's going through it. He does not want to get close to anybody. He tells us that later in the movie when MJ finds the letter and she's confronting him about it. He lost somebody. He does not want to go through that again. Justifiably so. Aunt May's death was really something that I did not see coming when No Way Home came out, but I'm glad they did it. And I'm also glad that they went this route of nobody knowing who he is. It's just amazing. The cinematography in this movie was beautiful. The inside the mask shot, whoever came up with that, get that person anything they want. We have never seen that. This is the first time we've ever seen anything like that with the Spider-Man movie. I don't know how they did it, and I can't wait to look at the behind the scenes of how they shot that because it was just so tough. The action was amazing. Again, I'm gonna say it again. This was the most that Tom Holland felt like Spider-Man. The way he was moving, and then to find out that they took inspiration from the Insomniac games, this movie was never going to fail. There's a reason why it made $1 billion in like 6 days. They gave the fans what they wanted. People were really hoping that Daredevil was going to be in it, bro. What was Daredevil going to do against the Hulk?
Nope. No, I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't.
Later.
City's lost.
You know what?
GG.
You got this.
No, I can't. It's the Hulk.
He's right there.
Well, yeah, I see him.
You're
He's
right
very
here.
large. Why don't you do it?
What am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do?
I'll stop him.
What?
I'm not giving up on my city, no matter the odds.
You're gonna die.
This is a great idea. You got this, man.
Yep, sure, yep.
Get him, Daredevil.
Go
Got
running.
it.
We just sent a blind man to go fight the Hulk.
Mess him up. Oh.
Did you see how scared Frank was?
Frank, what are you doing here? Think I'm doing saving you? This is way above your pay grade. You're fighting the Hulk.
Now let's just talk about it, just to get out the way. The Hulk, that's the Hulk, bro. But look at this dude. That is the Hulk. That Hulk would not have lost to Thanos. Argue with a wall. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And then just the way they utilized Hulk. He actually was destructive. The only thing holding that dude back was debris. He tore off the building. That was the only thing holding him back. He had Peter scared. Another excellent choice though, by the way. Let me just highlight that right now. To be able to see Peter's eyes through the mask, whoever designed the suit, I hope your pillow is cold every night because wow. Yo, that scene where like Hulk is like really like he about to murder Peter, bro. Peter's like, yo, Bruce, please. It's me, bro, please. Jean Grey, man. Jean Grey. Sadie Sink right? We haven't talked about Stranger Things on this channel, and I'm curious to know what everybody thinks about that last season of Stranger Things. I'm gonna be honest, that last season ain't do it for me, bro. The writing is definitely an issue in that season. Sadie Sink was one of the only people on Stranger Things that I could look at every time and not be worried about how they would deliver a line. Like, she knows how to act. Please, do me a favor. There you go. They can give her the cringiest line of all time. She'll still deliver it. I had no doubt in my mind that she was gonna be amazing in this movie, and she was. She was fantastic. Here's the thing, right? Marvel is cooking. I said it in my Doomsday video. They are in a phase right now that I am loving. They are skipping the small potatoes. Do you get that? They're skipping the small potatoes and getting to the big potatoes, bro. They understand we know the origin. Just start getting these characters together, but don't do too much. They understand. And now to know that they have their cast for X-Men, I pray that we get to see Spider-Man interact with the X-Men in the future because it worked so well. Obviously, Spider-Man interacts with the X-Men all the time in the animated shows and the comics. And literally in the Brand New Day run I'm reading right now, I just read a portion where like he and Wolverine were doing a little side mission in the cold. It was awesome. So I am hoping that they do that down the line. Marvel understands that we are sick and tired of the same junk, bro. And I can confidently say that now because I wanted to say it when I saw Fantastic Four, but I wasn't fully convinced yet. This is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is always gonna make $1 billion, but is the movie actually good? The movie is fantastic. When it comes to Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies, each of them have felt very MCU-ified, you know what I'm saying? Like Homecoming, honestly, you can say about any three of them, like all three of them. They're really just comedy movies with some drama here and there. This one, you could feel the weight. That bull was literally contemplating, you know what I'm saying? I enjoyed seeing this perspective. To go from a character who was being mentored by Tony Stark to now being on your own and having to figure it out for yourself. And you're smart enough to do so, but you're really just not in a position where you want to ask for help because the last time you let people help you, look what happened. The message in this movie of really just finding community regardless and really reaching out for help was such a beautiful message. And to use that through Spider-Man just works so well. But back to Sadie Sink. I don't know how I got on that tangent. She was amazing. She killed it as Jean Grey. It's so interesting because, you know, when they did the whole X-Men First Class and they kind of like rebooted it and brought in all the younger actors to play these characters. I mean, we know what happened. We don't gotta talk about it. To have her play Jean, I can only imagine where they're gonna go in terms of acting and writing for the X-Men movie. Yeah, she's the villain, the antagonist of the movie, but she really isn't. And even when she is framed as the only villain in the movie, she kills it. And not only that, props to the writers because they gave her a motive. She wasn't just evil just for the sake of it. Gosh, I love when villains have a reason. That's what made Thanos so just like, you remember that time like after Infinity War where like, Thanos was right. You couldn't do that with a lot of villains. Like a lot of villains, you look at them like, you are just evil. Jean had a reason to do what she was doing. She was just trying to find her sister. To be able to progress the story of, okay, how's Peter gonna get MJ and Ned to remember him? But also throw him into the, like, Spider-Man's like this with the cops. People love him in the city. There's a lot that has happened because you just went from, in No Way Home, everybody's blaming him. Mysterio was right. They throwing chunk on him. People don't like him. He went from that to now being, nobody knows who he is, but everybody loves him. The way that they're able to just make this feel so much different. I literally could not recognize Tom Holland in this movie. If you go, and it's not just because he grew up. So like, grow up. It's because he approached the character differently. He played it so well. Props to him, bro. I can confidently now say that Tom Holland is the best of both, just based off of this movie, because he understands. For you to go online, despite all the discourse, people gonna say whatever. To go online and really see what the fans want and to really understand the character. It has never been just a gig for him. You know what I mean? Like, and you could tell that. You could tell that he's very appreciative of the fact that he's able to even be in this position to play this character. I remember when he was first cast. I'm like, who is this kid? And then I found out he's British. I'm like, bro, here they go again. Hello, mate. I'm Spider-Man. Props to Tom Holland. Props to everybody involved with this movie. I hope that Destin Daniel Cretton, like, he just gets more and more work because he really just He did something that I never thought I'd see for Spider-Man. Both Stan Lee and Steve Ditko would be proud. The color grading, the messaging, the action, everything was amazing. You could feel New York. There are so many shots in this movie where I was like, it was just so beautiful. I thought it was so funny. She used her powers and froze people at, what was it, like 2 kilometers or whatever radius it was. She froze those people and Frank was like, bro, I'm putting her down. He shot the mess out of Peter, bro. He didn't even hesitate. That joint was wild, and I love that scene. That was such a great way to bring Aunt May back. I was like, surely Marissa Tomei is gonna have a cameo in this movie. Like, there's no way she's just not, they're just gonna dismiss her like that. And she did. Cause even if you go back to Tobey Maguire's movies, the second movie, when Peter's going through his whole existential thing, like, who do we see? We see Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility. But you don't have to do everything by yourself. That is such a beautiful message. And obviously, like, you know, there's layers to the messaging in this movie, but that's just to really simplify it. We are now in an era of the MCU where we are on the verge of Doctor Doom. We have X-Men that is confirmed, Ghost Rider is confirmed. I'm intrigued and I'm excited because this feels fresh. This movie felt fresh. This movie, it understood. I love that shot at the end where he's sitting and he's looking over the city, over a brand new day. There are problems and things that are gonna happen in life that feel like so unbearable and you can't deal with it. Tomorrow will be another day. What did Chicken Little say? Today is a big day. What? Today is a new day, right? I think that was what it was. Today is a new day. So I really enjoyed this movie, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Hulk. Banner has been sent to a psychiatric hospital. Jean is out there, but we know that she will be in the X-Men movie, so I'm sure she will find her way to Charles Xavier's doorstep. Peter is just in a better spot. Oh my, yo, we didn't even talk about that. That ending scene, that was such a good scene to end on, yo. And this was another detail that I picked up on. He was watching Ned's videos. Ned is his day one. So I love that detail that he wasn't like looking for her on social media. He was looking at Ned. To end the movie with him dapping his boy up and to see that Ned ain't forget to handshake and he's like, Peter. Such a great ending, bro. The movie was just, it was great. It was great. This month was really like, between Spider-Man and the Odyssey, like, it was really, this was my Barbenheimer. And both were amazing. This put such a smile on my face because Spider-Man will obviously be back for Secret Wars. There's a lot of rumors going on. We'll talk about that in my part 2 for Avengers Doomsday, but there's a lot of rumors going on that Tobey Maguire is gonna be in Avengers Doomsday, which I don't know how they're gonna make that work, whatever. I said the same thing when No Way Home was about to come out and they got all 3 of them. So I'm just gonna stop asking that question. The after credit scene, obviously he's getting teleported or transported to Battle World. So that's pretty cool. So the next time we may see Tom Holland as Spider-Man will be next year. Cause as I'm recording this today, today's the 19th of August. They have just reportedly started filming for Secret Wars, so that's exciting. Scorpion, Michael Mando. I wish we had seen more of the Hulk. That is one of my critiques. I feel like it was like a 10-minute thing, but I also get it because he wasn't the main antagonist. He was barely an antagonist. He was being used. Mark Ruffalo was great. Everything about this movie was great. He's got organic webs now. That scene with the hand, oh my gosh. Tremel Tillman, let's talk about him for a second. He killed it, bro. There was I can't remember exactly what part the first time, why did I say it like that? Exactly what part it was the first time I watched it. I was like, yo, he is the bad guy. What in the world? So he was amazing. If you haven't watched Severance, go watch Severance. He's amazing in that. You know, being able to see Tombstone and the hand, that scene with the hand was so fire. Peter's straight up aura farming in that one, or in that one part where the camera's like rotating. And then just the line, you need to choose. Are you Spider-Man or are you Peter Parker? I am both. Cinema. If they can keep making Spider-Man movies like this, because I'm pretty sure Tom Holland's supposed to get another trilogy, get Destin to direct each and every single one of them. And get Destin to direct some other junk. Do you know he turned down Avengers Doomsday and they offered him this movie? They had faith in this boy. They said, yo, we know you can deliver. Imagine a Destin Avengers movie. That'd be crazy. Yo, what? Tom Holland put in work for this. That's why I can finally say he's the best of both, because he just got it. This movie just understood and got it. And I'm not saying that I don't like the other 3 movies. If I were to rank them, Brand New Day is obviously at the top. I'm putting No Way Home second, Homecoming at 3rd, and Far From Home at 4th. Let me know what you think about that list. But I'm not discrediting those movies, because even in those movies, he was fun to watch. I think another part of this movie that really makes it so palpable and so entertaining, it's not so CGI heavy. Oh my gosh. You can tell that that's somebody in, you know what? That's what it is. Yo, I love a full circle moment. Earlier in the video, I said I don't know what it was when they revealed the suit, but it just looked so. To be able to watch the movie and realize that's really a dude in a suit, it's not CGI. Go watch Brand New Day and then go watch any of the past 3 Spider-Man movies. You will see the difference. They CGI'd the mess out of Spider-Man in those past few movies. You got Tom Holland, who has a background in gymnastics, I think, and he does his own stunts. Use that. It was debunked that Jackie Chan's stunt team was the one that did the choreography, but apparently somebody that studied under him, I think. I might be wrong about that, don't quote me on that. The choreography was amazing. And then to incorporate the games that people love, they really paid attention to what the fans wanted. This was a different type of fan service. Tell me what y'all thought, man. And I'm really excited to see what they have in store for us going forward. I'm locked in. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you know Jesus? In the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34, it says, "A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another." Think about it. I love y'all. I'm out.
Who lives and who dies? Who holds on to all our lives? Time and time again. Will they tell your story in the end? Who dies, who tells your story?
Yo, the anticipation arose as time froze.